This is a die-cast metal lightsaber stand. As far as I can tell, it's unbranded, but I have seen the Custom Saber Shop and Corbanth sell something very similar to this. Now, the one that I have has this 3D printed part to it, so this kind of section that holds the hilt itself, this is 3D printed. Now, I'm not sure if the stand that the Custom Saber Shop or Corbanth carries, I'm not sure if they have this portion to it, or they may have a different section instead. But the base of the stand does look very similar to what they carry. Now, something that you can't tell by just looking at the photos of this is this stand is quite heavy. So it's about 2 pounds, okay? So it is on the bottom, it's very open on the bottom, but this metal is very, very heavy, very solid, okay? And it may even be heavier than the hilt that you would display on the stand. So it's very solid, and it does have a nice surface area on the bottom. It sits very flat. And we have this front part here, which is great, if you want to add a display plaque to it. So I have it just blank right now, but it's a great section, to add a plaque if you want to do that. And, other than that, it's just a very simple, solid, heavy stand. And it is comprised of a few different parts. So we have the base, certainly. And then we also have these 2 little columns here. And they attach, well, in a few different places. So the little columns attach to the base with screws on the bottom, and then they attach to this kind of fork part that holds the hilt at the top with some additional screws. So it's a very simple assembly, but very solid. So let's kind of put some hilts on here just to show what it looks like. This is an old Master Replica's hilt. This is an Anakin Skywalker hilt, and it's been converted, which is why the blade is removed. So that works just fine. And then here is an Asajj Ventress Legacy lightsaber from Disney Parks. So that also works. Let's see. I'm going to just move the camera, get that in frame a little bit. So it is a pretty generous kind of width, to this part that holds the hilt. Although if you have a super large hilt, it might be a little bit, narrow for that. But yeah, it's very simple stand, and comprised of just a few pieces, but very solid. Probably one of my favorite features of this stand is actually kind of how weighty it is, and it just feels like it's very solid. It will very solidly hold your hilt in place. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Anyway, this is just kind of a look at this die-cast metal stand. I believe it's unbranded, but I've seen something similar from the Custom Saber Shop and Corbanth, so you're welcome to check that out if you'd like. Feel free to comment below.